Good morning, everybody. All right, today's the day that I will be interviewing Steve. So, let's see. We're a little bit early, but I want to set everything up. So let's see who is on. Let me see. I want to make sure everybody's hop on right, and I'm waiting for Steve to come on. And let's see. I want to make sure everything is proper before I have Steve come on. Okay, this is. No, this is not the one that I want. All right, guys. Let's see who is here. All right, if you just hop on, let me know. You just hop on, and I'm gonna see where is Steve. If Steve is done, if you guys could give me 1 second, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna invite Steve to watch, and then when Steve come on. Good morning, good morning. All right, let's see. Am I doing this in the group? I want to make sure we're doing this in the group because I don't. Outsider coming in. All right, so we are in the group. We are in the group. That's great. All right. Good morning. So I am on, and I'm gonna let Steve know that he's on. You guys probably want to tag your member, tag your friends. Go ahead and start tagging your friends so they can come on. All right. Let's see who else is coming on. And I'm waiting for Steve to come on. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Go ahead and start tagging someone that you want them to watch this as well. Because this is a great, great, great one. And I am getting everybody. I'm trying to tag everybody in here, so that they could actually watch it. All right, let's see. Want to make sure Steve is on. If you are on and you know that your friends need to listen to this inside this group, you probably want to tag them or something, have them to come on. So as soon as, good morning, good morning, good morning, yay. All right, we're waiting for Steve. Let's see. All right, let's see. Steve just told me he only has 15 minutes, so we're going to make this quick because Steve is a very busy person, and, I'm really happy that he actually take time out for us. And Steve is such a down-to-earth guy. All right, so I am on now. And good afternoon, good evening. Depend on where you're from. I mean, I am in the morning time, so still waiting for Steve to come on. I'm still waiting for Steve. And I'm trying to, when Steve get on, you guys are a bunch of dirty people. Let's see. Do you guys have any particular question that you want to ask Steve? If you have a question that you want to ask Steve, you probably want to put in the comment, because I don't know how many questions I could ask whatsoever. Steve is watching now. Let's see. Where is Steve? Oh, Steve watching. Let me see. Okay, now I invite Steve. Invite to broadcast. Oh. So now we're talking. All right. Now we're talking. Here comes Steve. Hi, Steve. Hi.
What's going on? My blinds, the sun is literally coming right in. Hang on one second.
Sun? We don't even have sun. We got like cloudy and rain. Man, such a show off.
It's Florida. You know, for me.
I don't have sun, and I have to go on a field trip with my kids today to a farm, and it's raining outside.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, Steve, all right, so everybody have heard your podcast, and that's very inspiring. And you know, for the longest time, I have been telling you that was my favorite podcast. Every time I feel like I cannot do anything, I go back to listen to that.
Awesome.
Please tell us. Please tell us. We still have some members. We have 83 members in this group. 90% of them have actually really always keep saying that they cannot do Facebook Live. But after the little training that we gave them, they went live in public. So,
Wow.
yes, it's amazing. But we still have some that still scared. So what is could you just kind of tell us how did you come about, and how can they get out of their comfort zone?
Sure. Yeah, that's a big one. You did have a question, and then it was from Letitia. So if you can remember that, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
So I had somebody say this to me a long time ago about, fear and being concerned about putting yourself out in the public, making phone calls, calling your warm market, and all that kind of fun stuff. And typically when it comes down to that, it comes down to self-image. It's not our self-image that stops us. It's the perception of what we think other people are going to say. Here's the thing, and this is definitely going to hurt somebody's feelings, but it needs to be said. It's incredibly selfish to put ourselves before somebody else, because when we are concerned about putting ourselves on Facebook Live or making a phone call or just basically putting ourselves out there, we're making it more about us than about the possible impact that we could be making on somebody else. And the second thing is, part of what we think, which is not true, is that our value is little. If you've been around Candace at all, then obviously your education has increased even in the past few days. So you now have a little bit more of an education than somebody else. So how do you know that the one thing, you might say one thing that could absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, change someone's life and cause a ripple effect that could impact 100,000, 10,000, 100,000 people. So we've got to, so as we're hesitating, then it's a good idea to say, all right, so why am I even doing this live? Is it about me, or is it about the person that is going to be listening to me?
That's very true, because you know what? That was one thing that it took me 3 months to go live. It was because, and truly, I did not go live until I listened to your podcast, and that was one thing that really, really stuck out to me. So let's see what Letitia asks. When you have many things you love to talk about, how do you fit all of them into your brand?
Okay, that's great. In fact, I'm going through that right now with my coach. And one of the things that's really important, and I'm sure that you guys have at least touched upon this, is creating your target market, what your message is, and how to get that message out. So if you've got a ton of stuff to talk about, create it around the market, around the person that you're speaking to. So I'll give you a hint on how I created my original target market. It was Steve about 6 or 7 years ago. So whatever that guy needed, that's the person I speak to. And it's funny, when you dial in, and even if you have a ton of stuff, it's not going to make a difference. It won't make a difference at all, because once you have your target market dialed in, your information will be to that person. It won't make a difference what it kind of does, but it's how you deliver that message more than what the message is. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, we literally yesterday we talked about target audience.
Yeah.
With this group, because a lot of them, they feel like they don't know what to talk about. And one of the biggest thing that we touched in was that you don't know what to talk about because you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So
big.
It's big. I personally really think brand, target audience is big. So let me ask you this. Another question is, you have been really successful, really, really fast. How did that happen to you? I mean, you're amazing to watch. I love watching you. I share most of your Facebook Live. I want to know, were you born to do this? Or how did all this happen? Everybody think that I was born to do Facebook Live, but they didn't know that I was scared of crap like when I do my first one. So tell me, how did that happen?
Man, can I tell you, the first Facebook Live I did was about 1.5 years ago. I was soaking wet. I was sweating so bad. I was so nervous. because I'm the guy that would do 30, 40, 50 takes to create a 3-minute YouTube video. That was me. And I love how you say you created success fast. Man, I've been doing this for 11 years. It's been, it was honestly, if you really want to dial in on it, here's the whole thing. Back in 2013 to 14, I had to make a decision. And a lot of us, we don't make decisions. We just kind of make wishes and hopes. And we don't really, I wasn't painted into a corner until I made the decision to move forward and actually declared it. You know, I had a conversation with Danielle and I said, this is what I'm going to do. And you know what her response was? You said that to me before. And I was like, oh, that hurts. And I either had to say, okay, you know, I'm not, and I'm not going to say this is a man or woman thing. But I was like, I can either man up as her husband and lead my life with integrity, or I can do exactly what she just told me to do and just say it again. So it was a decision to say, you know what, I can do. You know, I've seen too many people that have done it. That the only reason that they did it and I didn't was because they decided to move forward and I did not.
That is very true. I was actually in a situation a year ago. Most of people know about my story because I'm very open with my story because I want to inspire people. Was when after I got divorced, I have nothing. I had to make a decision. I just like everybody else, hoping to make a sale online or offline for 2 years. Nothing happened. When I was being pushed to the corner of the wall, I had nowhere else to go. I had to make a decision, and I was pretty much said that this is it. This is my plan. There's no plan B. And a year later, here I am. I mean, I'm not as successful as you are, but I'm really feeling like I'm much better person, not just professionally, but personally, because the experience of it.
Minutes away.
So another question for a lot of people is that they want to take their business to the next level, but they're afraid to invest because there's so much noises out there in the internet. So how do they overcome that fear? Like, what is the best thing for them to do?
I wouldn't say it was a fear. And so here's the thing. I can see, I'm going to ask, this is a rhetorical question, but everybody can just raise their hand for me if they want to. If this has happened to you, go ahead and just say me or whatever, type of one, and I don't care. Just respond. You know, how many times have you bought a course and didn't do anything with it? You know, I can tell you, even with, you know, I don't know if you guys talk about, you know, lead generation systems, but I work with a system that, you know, very similar to what Candace does. And it's the funny thing about it is I have probably 50% of the courses back there I have not gone through. I bought them, never did a thing with them. And, you know, so why wouldn't we question investing in ourselves? You know, because we are literally out of integrity with ourselves. You know, we've created a, hang on, let me mute this. Let me mute my computer. There we go. Because we literally are out of integrity with ourselves. So why would we believe ourselves as we're saying, well, I would like to buy a coach. I would like to spend $5,000 on a coach. But man, something's holding me back. Well, what's holding us back is the concern of taking action and really honestly implementing what the coach or what the program or what the course is telling you to do. And I know this because that was me. You know, in real time, I spent $700 on my first sort of coach. You know, I've known him for a long time. I bought into his course. Him and his wife, I had a course and I bought into it. And I was like, you know what? That's a lot of money. At the time, it was like all of the money we had. And that was probably the first push that I had. And from there, I went from $700 to $12,000 investment. And that you want to talk about being pushed to take action. That's typically what we need to do. And where we hesitate is because, you know, in the past, we haven't taken action. So what's different now? It's just we subconsciously move into a place where it's not an investment, it's an expenditure.
Yes, that's true. I mean, for years, I always think that I can't invest in myself. Even buying a shirt, if it's over a certain amount, I can't do it. But I made the best investment ever was to invest into the coach with the platform that we're using right now. That was the best decision I ever made. And it was the most expensive decision, but I have no regret.
Yeah.
I have no regret whatsoever because I can't be who I am today without that coaching and with the platform that we're using. That was the best thing for me. I have been able to work from home because of all of this. But I
Well,
know you have to go, but thank you, Steve.
I've got about
Uh, oh, you got about 5 minutes. That's good. Okay. All right. So one last question. Um, with most of the people, they're trying to market online, but they're not sure what to do. Right now, they're working with us on Facebook Live. What's the another thing that they could do?
ask that a different way. I'm not quite sure I understand that.
So, okay. So a lot of people are trying to market online. They're trying to build a business online. Most of them are spammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what else to do, right? So we are teaching them how to do Facebook Live to basically right now we're teaching them how to do Facebook Live, brand themselves, and generate leads. What is the other platform or other method that they could market themselves? How else can they market themselves differently than other people?
Different platforms?
Not a different platform, just like in general. What what
Okay.
what is what?
Sure, sure. So here's the thing. I used to do Facebook Lives 5 times a week, and and excuse me, and I love doing Facebook Lives. I really do. They're a lot of fun. I like interacting with people. I like having the live conversation. I love this thing. I've never done this before. This is kind of cool. I've always seen the opportunity to invite people, but I've never done this for this. So this is definitely something that's going to be implemented. Excuse me, because I like interactive conversation. So what the education that I'm going through right now is taking a lot of my time, a lot of my time. I'm only in phase 1 of 6 phases, and there's 5 modules in phase 1. So it's really like, whoo. So I don't have time to put together Facebook Lives 5 days a week anymore. So I did one on Monday. I'll do another one today. I probably should do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I'm not. So what I'm doing from there is once you understand, so I'm telling you that for a massive reason, is because just because you're not doing a live doesn't mean you can't inspire your audience to move in whatever direction you want them to move in. See, it goes back to what your target market is. I didn't realize that I was developing my target market and this is going to sound bad, but it's not. I'm training my audience what to expect from me. Okay. So if you're that person, if you look at you're like, who do I want to be? You don't want to be like, be cautious on misleading your audience. You don't want to be like, I'm super rich, and meanwhile you're living in a 10 by 10 shack, with no air conditioning or no heat. You want to be honest and open, but you can inspire people by what you have in here and in here. So it doesn't always have to be a Facebook Live, though they are the most effective thing you can do on social media is live video. However, just putting a post up that you get a thought, you're like, man, that was really an amazing thought. Write it down. Don't be concerned about people judging you or even saying negative things about you, because again, those people, they'll stop watching your stuff. And as they move out, it's gonna create a vacuum, and other people that are looking for you and wanting you. This is attraction marketing, what Candace is going over. You're literally going to start attracting a brand new audience. So, and I'm like a perfect example of that, because I've really I've put off a lot of people because I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what situation. I don't care what your circumstances. I don't care what's happened in your past. I mean, I care about you, but you can't use that as an excuse, because there are things about me that probably most people won't know, and only because it's just really, really private stuff, and that I've been able to overcome. And I've seen people from being raped and beaten and have family members killed right in front of them that have come out to be not just in network marketing, but just on like being a power in their local community. I met a gentleman about 4 years ago. I won't say his name. So anyways, I'll just call him Bob. So Bob, he lives over in Miami, and he watched his 3 brothers died all in 1 year. And it was horrific how they passed away. And what happened was he took that as motivation to say, you know what, people need to start living their life and da da da. He's one of the biggest developers in Miami right now, not building homes, building skyrises. The guy's a multi-millionaire. And it's all because he made a decision to move in a different direction. So we can inspire people however we want to. His decision was to move and create jobs. You know, that was his thing. He's like, people need to live better. You know, so as we move forward as marketers, even on not on a, you know, that grand scale yet, you know, you can just post. If you get an inspiring thought and you're like, man, this is really cool. This inspired me today. You can put, this inspired me today, and then just put the thought down. You know, people are like, oh, you're crazy. Your mindset is nuts. Say, okay, cool. You know, how would you prefer to think? And start having conversations. Because if you're having this thought and you're feeling good about it, get your heart going a little bit, and you feel good, you get it a little bit of the good anxiety, you know, maybe somebody else will from that exact same thought. So you don't have to just stick to one specific strategy. You know, you can blog, you can do uploaded videos, you can do Facebook Live, you can do posting. It's whatever you want to do to inspire the people that you're talking to take some sort of action, whether if it's join you, invest in themselves, you know, have a better life, have a better marriage, have a better workplace, be a better parent. You can do all of that stuff. You have the power to do that if you just make the decision to do it. And it all comes back way back to the beginning of this conversation about your target market and attracting that person to you. You'll find them. They'll find you. You don't have to worry about finding them.
That is very true. And that's, you know, it's the power of attraction marketing is like ridiculous. Right now, that's what's happening to me. Because I know who's my target audience, and I totally agree with you. You don't, you know, Facebook Live is not the only way. I put out tips and every single day. Sometimes I put out stuff that people might not agree, which is fine, because that's the whole point. You kind of sorted out who's your target audience anyway. That's how I see it. And you know, I'm really thankful that you actually said that. It's in my mind, but I'm not sure how to change. But this is good. This is really good, Steve.
I'll say this, and then I got to go in about 30 seconds or so. The biggest thing is this: attraction marketing is working in your life anyway. Why not use it for what you want?
That's true. That is true.
And you can tell by watching your friends post. The ones that are negative and crappy all the time, look at the people that are around.
That is true. Yes. Thank you, Steve.
I appreciate you guys. I hope you got value.
Oh, well, we got tons of value. Everybody say thank you, Steve. I know you have to go, but thank you.
If I tell you what, you want to talk about a really cool way of attraction marketing. When you help somebody or you do something and you have that conversation, have them go to your Facebook page and say thank you or write something nice. You know, it doesn't oh my gosh, my whole life has changed. My mind was none of that. It doesn't have to be happen. I just had a conversation with Candace and she really helped me unlock some things. Like so when that happens, somebody else is going to go unlock some things, man. I think I want to get a little bit of that. So now Candace will get a message. So it's massive. It's huge. That's huge. Other people's words are way more powerful than ours sometimes.
That is true. That is very true, though. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to get ready for my next client. Appreciate you all. Keep crushing it. Listen to Candace. She knows what she's talking about. I've watched her, like you can either do this. You can either get on the Candace train or you can watch it go by. And, well, we all know which one we want to be on.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? There are some people are excited about meeting you in person.
Oh, cool.
From Denmark next year.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. That'd be fun.
I know. I have a whole Denmark team that they're excited to meet you next year.
I can't wait. I can't wait. That'd be fun. That'd be lots of fun. Cool.
Thank you, Steve.
Bye, guys. Awesome weekend. Speak to you soon.
You too.
Bye.
All right, guys. Was that good? Everybody get value out of it? I hope you guys get value out of it. That's how awesome Steve is. All right. So now, I don't know how you want to take this. I want you know, yesterday Naz and I put out a link, put out a post out there. If you're still confused about your target audience, if you're still confused about yesterday's assignment, you're still confused about your lead magnet whatsoever, and you have not booked a time, if you have not set a time to talk to Naz and you want to take advantage of that. I actually talked to Elisa last night. She's actually pretty good. You know, she's really happy after talking to me. Schedule a time. If you come in, if you were invited by Naz, make sure you schedule a time with Naz. You guys got to step up your game if you want to grow in this business. There's room to grow in this business. All right, guys. And what I'd like you guys to do is that, you know, if you're a friend with Steve or if you're not friend with Steve, go and follow him and really put a post on his wall. Say thank you for him to be on the live for us today, and tag me on it and everything. I'm about to make a post to thank Steve for being with us today. So guys, have a great day. Don't forget we have a 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UK time, for a live Zoom training between with me and us. So we're not doing a Facebook Live for say today. We actually do a hands-on Zoom training today with all of you guys. If you want to learn how to do lead magnet, if you want to learn about all this system and lead magnet, how to really build this business like great, you need to be on the Zoom call tonight. Okay, bye guys, have a good day.